Friends, on behalf of North Little Rock Chapter, NLR DeMolay, we welcome you most cordially to the ceremony of installing the officers who have been elected or appointed to serve this chapter for the ensuing term. It may not be out of place at this time to explain briefly the general purposes of our order, to which only young men between the ages of 13 and 21 are eligible. While we have secret signs, words, and modes of recognition, we have no secrets from the world so far as our central purposes are concerned. We are banded together to live clean, upright, and patriotic lives that will be a credit to our parents and friends, and which will merit the commendation of all good men. In our meetings, we inculcate only principles which are in harmony with this exalted purpose, and into our daily lives we seek to carry them into effect. We rightly feel that we can speak for ourselves in general, and our order in particular, the hearty assistance of all good men and women. Whether installing senior deacon, you will attend at the altar. Our forefathers were well aware that religious liberty, represented by the Holy Bible, civil liberty, represented by the flag of our country, and intellectual liberty, represented by the school book, must go hand in hand in order to be effective. Around these bulwarks, the Order DeMolay places 7 candles, symbolic of the 7 cardinal virtues of a DeMolay: filial love, reverence for sacred things, courtesy, comradeship, fidelity, cleanness, and patriotism. As the light from these candles permeates this chapter room, so let your light shine before all good men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. Whether installing senior counselor, you will open the Holy Bible upon the altar.
We open the Holy Bible, foundation of faith in everlasting days. Upon our altar is a symbol of religious liberty, which is the birthright of all people. Upon that altar rests not the emblem of any creed, nor the repository of any system of theology, but the word of the one living and true God, whose universal fatherhood teaches us the inescapable lesson of brotherhood of all his sons. Without the freedom to worship according to the dictates of our own consciences, our freedom would be a mockery. And therefore, as a foundation for all our liberties, we place a Holy Bible on our altar. And I solemnly enjoin the members of this chapter ever to walk in light of his teaching, and never to meet save around these open pages.
Brother installing junior counselor, you will see that the flag of our country is presented at the altar.
Brother installing senior deacon, will present the flag of our country at the altar. Brethren and friends, you will join with me in saluting and pledging allegiance to our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We present the flag of our country at the altar as a symbol of the civil liberty, without which there could be no religious freedom. It is especially appropriate that this flag be committed to the custody of these young men, so soon to become the citizens by whose patriotism its honor must be defended. whether on the field of battle or on the perpetual battlefield where good citizenship wages war with bad. In all the crises of our nation's history, we have called upon our young manhood, and thank God it has never failed to respond. Young men have fought every war our country has waged. In the red, upon that glorious banner, has died our Richard Hughes, with the precious blood our nation's youth have shed. We therefore present it at our altar as a sentinel, to guard us while we worship. And I solemnly enjoin the members of this chapter never to meet save beneath its protecting folds, and outside the chapter walls, ever to live worthy of that sacred banner. From the station in the east, emblematic of the morning years of our lives, we place these school books upon the altar as a symbol of the intellectual liberty, without which there could be neither civil nor religious freedom. They are particularly emblematic of the great public school system in our country, the foundation of that universal enlightenment which is the crowning glory of all our institutions. The voted championship of the public school system is a cardinal teaching of the NLR DeMolay. We are unalterably opposed to the same building housing a church, a school, and a seat of civil government. Civil, religious, and intellectual liberties are the three sources of our country's greatness, but they must stand alone, upon separate foundations, and under separate rules. These books, representative of those being carried to and public from the public school system by millions of boys and girls each day, are just as vital symbols of our liberty as the Holy Bible, the rule and guide of our faith, or the flag, which protects the church, the school, and the seat of civil government. We therefore place these books upon the altar, and I solemnly enjoin the members of this chapter ever to stand unswervingly for the protection and perpetuity of the free public school system, the citadel of our safety, and the source of the only real democracy possible in a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. As no great undertaking should ever begin without first asking the blessings of Almighty God, let us give our attention to the installing chaplain as he leads us in prayer. Let us installing chaplain, you will lead us in prayer. After DeMolay will kneel on left knee. All others will remain standing.
Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for the many opportunities we have had to display Thy manifold gifts of grace. We thank Thee for the privilege of service, for the knowledge of Thine eternal love. We ask Thy special blessing upon these officers to assume the responsibilities of leadership in this chapter. Reassure them of Thy continued guidance and protecting care. Give them the will to understand, the courage to do which is right, and the strength to carry out Thy teaching. Amen.
God bless Mother, God bless Father, God bless Purpose DeMolay. Amen.
I now declare this chapter open for the purpose of installation. Brother Marshall, you will read the names of those who have been elected or appointed to serve this chapter for the ensuing term.
Master Counselor Richard Pennell, Senior Counselor Randy Crawford, Junior Counselor Jonathan Doherty, Senior Deacon Mike Nixon, Junior Deacon Kevin Heffernan, Senior Steward Jason Davenport, Junior Steward Mike Drake, Chaplain Jay Booty, Marshal Lewis Dillinger, Standard Bearer Chris Phillips, and Sentinel Corey Holmquist.
Brethren, you behold those who have been elected or appointed to serve this chapter for the ensuing term. Do you promise to faithfully follow with them in their efforts to advance the interest of our order? Do you promise to lay aside all petty jealousies and ambitions, yet labor all the more earnestly with them in performing whatever part of the common task may be assigned to you? Brother counselors, you have heard the assurances of your brethren within and without the chapter room. Do you in turn promise to faithfully cooperate with them towards the advancement of the interests which animate us all? Do you promise to lay aside all petty distinctions of official position, yet labor all the more earnestly to show your appreciation of the honor bestowed upon you? For the counselors and brethren of this chapter, on behalf of our order, I accept these pledges of cooperation with the happy augury of the success with such mutual harmony and feel assured. The common burdens can be borne by neither officer nor member alone. The most efficient officers who could be chosen would be ineffective without the loyal help of the members, and the most enthusiastic members would be equally ineffective without consecrated and intelligent leadership. Without this faithful and efficient cooperation, you could not hope for, nor would you deserve success. Brother Installing Marshal, you will present the Master Council-elect before the altar for installation.
Installing officer, I present Brother Richard Pennell, who has been elected Master Council for the ensuing term.
Brother Pennell, as the title of your office implies, you are the leader of the body. You are not to be arrogant or dictatorial, rather you are to lead those who follow you gladly, because you have proved your willingness to listen to counsel as well as to give it. It will be your duty to preside at all meetings and to perform all duties which naturally pertain to such an office, or which may devolve upon you from time to time. Before accepting this position, however, we must hear from you a public declaration of service. Are you ready to make this declaration of service?
I am.
You will kneel on both hands. Place both hands upon the Holy Bible. You promise to follow in the footsteps of Dr. DeMolay duties and service demanded?
I do.
You promise upon your honor as a DeMolay that you will uphold the each youth member, clean living, high respect for parents, and deference to womanhood?
I do.
You promise that you will be just while deciding between one brother and another?
I do.
You promise that you will obey the laws of your city, state, and nation, and always preserve the character and reputation of a good citizen?
I do.
Do you promise that you will endeavor to aid the members of this chapter to a greater realization of their duties for our beloved country?
I do.
Do you promise that you will aid the distressed and weary and never permit a brother to go in need?
I do.
Do you promise that you will uphold the laws of the International Supreme Council of the Order of DeMolay?
I do.
Do you promise that you will see that both of you will disorder convert at least once during your term of office?
I do.
Do you promise that you will provide for the observance of any obligatory days following from your term of office?
I do.
Do you promise that you will never permit a meeting to close without a word of prayer for your mother, your father, and the country's welfare?
I do.
Do you now promise that you will uphold the public school system and hold it to be the bulwark of our citizenship?
I do.
And you will consider your vows by kissing the Holy Bible. You are alive. Brother Marshall, you'll present the Master Council-elect to his statement. Brother Master Counselor, before you and about you are your brethren. Brethren, before you is the new Master Counselor. Brother Installing Marshal,
Installing officer, I present Brother Randy Crawford, who has been elected senior counselor for the ensuing term.
Brother Crawford, you've been elected to the second highest office within the gift of this chapter. I need not remind you that, as your title implies, you also need to be able to fulfill the qualifications of the master counselor, as well as your own. Your station will be in the west, symbolic of the setting sun of life, and emblematic of the night that heralds the eternal day. Brother Sully Marshall, you will conduct the senior counselor to the station in the west, after which you will present the senior counselor elect for installation.
Installing officer, I present Brother Jonathan Darty, who has been elected junior counselor.
Brother Darby. The office of junior counselor is one of dignity and honor. The members of this chapter express their confidence in you when you were elected to this position. You are to cooperate heartily with the other two counselors as our rights prescribe. Your station will be in the south, symbolic of the meridian hour of the day and the noon of life. Brother Installing Marshall, you will conduct the junior counselor to the station in the south, after which you will present the deacons for installation.
Installing officer, I present Brother Michael Dixon, who has been appointed senior deacon, and Brother Kevin Heffernan, who has been appointed junior deacon for the same term.
Brother Dixon, the office of senior deacon is one of the most important in the official line. In the interpretation of the work of our order, you have been assigned a role which is both arduous and honorable. Your selection to this rank is a compliment to your effectiveness, and I trust that you will vindicate the wisdom of your selection. Brother Heffernan, the office of junior deacon, or as junior deacon, it will be your job to guard the inner door of the chapter room and to assist the senior deacon in conducting the candidates to the ceremony of initiation. I enjoin upon you the same devotion to the work of our order, which is the duty of all officers, of no matter what rank or station. Brother Installing Marshall, you will conduct the deacons to their respective stations, after which you will present the stewards for installation.
Also, I present Brother Jason Davenport, who has been appointed senior steward, and Brother Mike Drake, who has been appointed junior steward for the following term.
My brother, your duties are prescribed by your titles, and as integral parts of our work, they have a definite purpose. You are to assist the deacons in conducting the candidates through the ceremony of initiation. Your effectiveness and cooperation will prove the best proof of your zeal and interest within the chapter room. Brother Installing Marshall, you will conduct the stewards to their respective stations, after which you will present the chaplain for installation.
Installing officer, I present Brother Jay Booty, who's been appointed chaplain for the ensuing term.
Brother Booty. As your title implies, you are to be the chaplain in this devotion. And I need not remind you that your conduct at all times should be scrupulously consonant with the dignity, solemnity, and sanctity of those duties. Strictest decorum is necessary in all official positions, but yours is one particularly demanding such qualities as you have indicated the wisdom of your selection. Our devotions are not unmeaning forms, but the performance of the duties inculcated to us in our teachings. Brother Installing Marshal, you will conduct the chaplain to the station, after which you will present the marshal and the signal for installation.
Installing officer, I present Brother Lewis Dillinger, who's been appointed marshal, and Brother Corey Holmesley, who's been appointed sentinel for the ensuing term.
Brother Dillinger, as marshal, you are to conduct all processions as are prescribed by our ritual, and to perform all duties which naturally pertain to such an office. Dignity and efficiency will lend to the qualities of your office, which are by no means unimportant. Brother Holmesley, as you've been selected as sentinel by the Master Counselor, your station is at the outer door of the chapter room, and upon you devolves the duty of seeing that no one be admitted to our deliberations except as such as are duly qualified. Therefore, it is consonant that you remember that you are the inner guard, or the outer guard of the chapter. Brother Marshal, you will conduct the marshal and sentinel to their respective stations, after which you will present the standard bearer for installation.
Installing officer, I present Brother Chris Phillips, who has been appointed standard bearer for the ensuing term.
Brother Phillips, you have been appointed as standard bearer for the ensuing term, and it will be your duty to be the official custodian of our nation's emblem. That honor is soon to be afforded to our custody, and it is no light distinction that you have been afforded its keeper, because upon you devolves the duty of informing us at all times and reminding us of our constant duty to ever live worthily of that sacred band. Brother Installing Marshal, you will conduct the standard bearer to the station, after which you will make the required proclamation. Impartiality. Never forgetting that those who have temporarily emerged from the ranks to the rank of the
I'd like to welcome you all out here and thank you for coming. I'd like to congratulate you for a large turnout here tonight. Brother Installing Officer, please introduce the installing team.
Will the installing team please stand? Now, to my left is Brother Cody McCoy, who is the installing marshal. Further down is Brother Trinity Justice, who is the installing senior deacon. In the south, or in the west towards the south, are three of our brothers who help me out. Brother Gene McCoy, who is the installing senior counselor, Brother Matt McCoy, installing junior counselor, and Brother Jared Pettis, installing chaplain. And my name is Jared Atkinson, and I am the installing officer.
Brother Installing Marshal, can you present my family in need? This is my mother, Sharon Pell, my sister Annie Pell, and my father Tom Pell. And I'd like to thank them for all the work they've done on this and all the time they've spent into it.
This is our presentation. We give all our time. We've been drinking on this all day, so we give it to you. We carry out your term with, so we hope it's supposed to be open.
I really do.
Well, we found them and got it to you.
You got a line, guys.
Actually, your grandparents, who wish they could have been here tonight, but just couldn't figure out how to overcome physical problems, thought you really needed a real gavel. So they're presenting that to you, or I'm presenting to you on their behalf, and we're all very proud.
From your grandfather, who wanted you to have this as a keepsake, is his DeMolay Legion of Honor that he received for working with DeMolay many years ago in New Mexico. He was very active and did a lot for DeMolay. And while this is not something Richard can wear, his grandfather wanted to have it as a remembrance of him.
So Marshall, who is the junior counselor in the South?
That's tough, yeah, kind of works. Okay. He's over here. Not over here, man. He's over here.
And against the back wall back here.
I think she was outside.
There's one right, just get this one right here.
Blue's my favorite color. Good.
This is Sharon Henry, our chapter husband. This is the junior counselor in the
I got you.
See,
I'm gonna play this.
The Woody advisor of admin, and she's our hostess.
Randy, who is she?
Oh, well, no, she can all go fight it this time.
You got a back?
I don't care. She's something.
She's something, man. You don't need that flying. Oh, this is a blooper.
Will the electric night commander of the dinner party?
My name is Tony Allen, I'm the 11th Son Commander of the Engineering Department, next priority.
Are you visiting the district officers? Will you please introduce yourself?
Sean White. Central District Master. Joey Dodson, Southern District Master.
District loyalty.
Kate Shields, Lynette Turner, Central District Attorney. Carl Miller, Southern District Attorney.
Will the district mom and dad please introduce themselves? District mom and dad please stand and introduce themselves.
Jared Atkinson, Central District Dad.
Will the visiting lieutenant governors or governors please stand and introduce yourself? Go on, go. This is for the Central District Governor to the east.
My very pleasure to introduce you as Central District Governor, John Anthony.
Well, I'm pretty shocked tonight to see everybody out here. I met Richard's daddy at the door. I said, he must have went out and threatened everybody. Boy, this is the best turnout I've seen in quite a while. Glad we all of you came tonight, and I see a lot of new faces that I'm not familiar with, and I hope you will enjoy it tonight and come back to some of our other functions that we have. And I know Richard's anxious to get on with his program here, so I'll turn the gavel back over again. Good work.
Tahnawha Water, past state national counselor, 1987.
Jared Atkinson, past state junior counselor, 1987.
Tim Hines, past athletic director, 1990.
Matt McCoy, past state junior counselor, 1990. Cody McCoy, past state senior counselor, 1991. Sister, Robbie Sisson, Arkansas State Sweetheart, and Kendra Delanders, Arkansas State Cardinal Practice.
And I really like this guy. I don't know what sometimes. But want to do something? Look at you. Okay, this is mine. And then the photo that I'm going to find. So I'm getting all the stick out. Oh, well, it's here. There you go. Congratulations. We would like to return. I'd also like to say congratulations to your sewing team. They did really super.
Northern Installing Marshal. Yours is the State Awards Advisor for the alternate into the East.
Jared Atkinson, State Awards Advisor.
I had the immediate distinction this year as really two official positions. My first position, which I dearly and truly love, is Central District Dad, and I'd like to take this time now to thank those members of the Central District who are here tonight, the guys who elected me to that position. It's something that I will always remember and I will always treasure throughout my entire lifetime. The second distinction that I have this evening is as State Awards Advisor, and I'd like to encourage all of you boys tonight to strive to earn your awards. You all probably have earned quite a few, and oftentimes you're not aware of it, so pay particular attention tonight to North Little Rock's awards, and maybe that will provide some sort of an incentive for you two to go out and earn them. And I hope also that once you earn them, you will display them with have the merit badge, or you can wear them to official functions such as tonight, or Founders Awards, or RDs, or PhD MSAs. The other thing I'd like to say tonight are two words which I have kind of decided is the secret to life, and that is get involved. Don't let life pass you by, because oftentimes it will. Life's not going to stop and wait for you to decide what you're going to do or how you want to partake in it. So my advice is get involved, be an active participant in your life, and decide your own destiny. Thank you.
Your Virginia State Ritual Director.
My pleasure to present to you the state ritual governor on the duty.
Let's get something out of the way right now. What's the greatest youth organization in the world? NLR! What's the #1 jurisdiction? North Little Rock! And the #1 chapter? All right. Now you got your attitude right. Okay. Okay. You see, we've got a lot of enthusiasm with a good crowd here tonight, and it's great to have everyone here. Next weekend, a small delegation of us are going to take the same enthusiasm up to our brother jurisdiction of Oklahoma. We're going to go up there for the workshop and for their first annual ritual judging seminar under the new Frank Marshall tournament. We've got about 3 carloads of people that are going up there so far that I know about. It's going to be a fun weekend. We're going to have some fun. We're going to learn about membership and also qualify some new judges. So when we come back, hopefully we'll be able to help our chapters grow and do a better job in our ritual program. So membership is one thing they're stressing. We had that problem all over. And the main problem is that, well, we've got 2 problems on membership. One is that we don't ask, and 2, we don't know really how to tell them exactly what it is. Let me give you some examples. I was at Hot Springs Chamber of Commerce banquet last week. Sat with some people I didn't even know. Got talking, and afterwards he says, okay, here's my card, Harold Renner. He's with the Air Force Association. I said, would you like to join? I said, I'm an Army brat, I'm not an Air Force brat. I said, that doesn't matter, you're good enough for us. So the times when I'm involved with 2 fantastic youth organizations right now, don't have the time. But he asked. I made a presentation at the Optimist Club about the company I work for. Guess what they gave me? An application for membership. They asked. I said, told them the same thing. I'm involved with the 2 great youth organizations. I don't have the time. Now, how many of you have asked your friends to join DeMolay? And I'll even say to the ladies, how many asked you to join? How many of you asked your friends to join Rainbow? All you have to do is just ask. Second thing is, the biggest problem we've found out is, how do you explain our youth organizations? And I've got a great example right here of our problem. I'm sure all of you have seen these. Eat at Burger King, you know what they are. In the crowns. Burger King crowns. Okay. If you read them on the back, it says made from 100% recycled paperboard. Now that's an attaboy for them, because they're saying, we care about the environment, we care about you, we're going to try to protect it. But then right under that they say, minimum 35% post-consumer content. What does that mean? Does anybody know? If you're an environmental engineer, maybe you know what that means. The biggest problem we have is explaining what DeMolay is, or even what rainbows are. We are a fantastic youth organization. We have fun. We do have our meetings, and in our meetings, we strive to improve our mind, and in our competitions, we improve our minds and our bodies. We travel all over. And for the DeMolays, we associate with some of the classiest women in the state, the Rainbows. What can be better than that? We should have them knocking down the door. So ask your friends, give them a good explanation as far as what DeMolay is, and our chapter should be growing and growing strong. And then it'll get back to the way it used to be when everyone heard about what's this youth group. Well, that's the DeMolays, that's the Rainbows. Oh, great group, I know about them, I've heard a lot. As far as being known, let me share one quick story with you. I'm sure everyone has seen the TV commercial about Dr. Michael McFarland with McFarland Eye Surgery Clinic in Pine Bluff. Where they send the vans out all over the place to get people cataract surgery. Mike and I went to school together and church together. And his parents told us this story last week. He was on a trip and he had a layover at the airport in Memphis. And he was reading a book and someone sat down beside him. He looked up from his book and it was Garth Brooks. Calm down, Ashley. And so he said, "Hi, I'm Dr. Michael McFarland." And they just started talking, and apparently no one else seemed to recognize him. And so they still had a little bit of a layover time, so they went into the coffee shop and got something. And Garth was telling Mike that how nice it was to be able to be out in public and not have a lot of people crowd around you, asking for your autograph and tearing at your clothes and whatever. About that time, they looked out at the window. All right, do you have a hot flash over here? About that time, they look out the window, and there's a group of young girls out there pointing inside of the table and smiling. And in comes this whole group of girls. And comes up to the table where Mike and Garth were sitting, and they said, "Are you Dr. Michael McFarland on the TV commercial?" So, that shows you, as far as being known, you don't have to be the biggest to be the best. Okay. Ritual pre-qualification, we will have that after the installation. Don't forget you got to do that before state conclave. For the master counselor, congratulations. Let you have that also. Now, how many new members are you going to get in during your term? 8? Sounds good to me. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Well, John Marshall. You represent the State Master Council for the alternate engineers.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate him on being elected master counselor. You have a pretty good time tonight. Probably one of the best I've seen in Little Rock in a while. Well, y'all have a pretty good time. I want to talk about a few things that's upcoming. One in the near future, one not so near future. DeMolay Week and State Conclave. I'd like to encourage all of the chapters, especially the Little Rock, which they always do every year, to do something each day of DeMolay Week, which is March 15th to the 22nd. The 20th, I believe, is the day we go to the State Capitol. The State Capitol will meet at 8 o'clock in the morning at the State Capitol. We'll meet with Brother Clinton, I hope. He's going to sign the proclamation declaring it DeMolay Week. That night we're going to have the grand ball. I want to encourage everyone to bring, to be there and to bring a candidate for either Rainbow or DeMolay. It is sponsored by the Shrine Temple. We do not pay a dime on this, and everything is sponsored. So all you gotta do is dress up and be there. That's all it costs. That's all it takes. A little time. We don't have a live band. like we do every year, and I encourage everyone to be there this year. The next day will be the basketball tournament. Before that, early that morning, Scotty Trout building, the Scotty Trout building, we're gonna have a class that day. It starts at 9 o'clock. I encourage all the DeMolays to be there, and then after that, we'll go to Silver Hills, we'll have a basketball tournament. I believe Brother McCoy is putting out some registration slips for the basketball tournament, and we'll get more information on that as the time goes in. The next day we'll meet at Asbury Church. We're gonna go back there this year, and back to where Dad's Nuts Church is, and hopefully I'd like to see a good turnout of DeMolay and Rainbow for that. And then after that we'll resume the basketball tournament. And State Conclave is the last weekend in July. It's the 28th to I believe it's going to go through August 1st this year. I believe that's the last day of it. I want to encourage everybody to be there. We're going to have a great time. Dad Brandon's already making plans. He's assuring me this is going to be one of the best state conclaves ever. And with men like Dad Britton, I believe. It's nice to be here in this chapter. This chapter is always probably the most enthusiastic, the best ritualist. And probably the best chapter in the state of Arkansas, in my opinion. Because of that fact. They have outstanding brotherhood in this chapter. They have some great advisors like Dad Bratton, Dad Atkinson, Dad Barnett, to name a few. And always, I know I don't come from this chapter, but they've always amazed me for the things that they do in this chapter. They have some genius like the toys.
Jeez, Mike, I only gave you $20. You don't have
February 15th is Valentine's Dance. The DeMolays, the Rainbow said they can earn more money than we can. I don't believe it. I want to encourage all the DeMolays to support our DeMolays who's going to run for the team this year. And I've seen this chapter will teach somebody to run. I hope they do. And let's get behind them and let's make a little money. As far as that's all I have right now. I'm going to go sit down. Congratulations. If you need me, call me.
Slip knot.
Oh, I better do this because I don't want to get hurt.
Only a quarter.
Will the state officers please stand so I can introduce them? To my right we have Brother Tony Dawson, the state senior counselor. In the back over there we have Brother Joey Dawson, the state chaplain. And in the back here we have Brother Dean McCoy, the state deputy magistrate.
Marshall. The executive officer to the altar and then the
Members of the Assembly guests, my great extreme pride and pleasure to present to you the executive officer of the District of Arkansas, Wayne Hester.
Congratulate Richard and all the officers of this chapter and wish for you a very successful term, and I'm sure that you'll have it because this chapter always does an outstanding job. I want to begin by congratulating the installing team. I thought they did one of the finest jobs tonight that I've ever seen. They did a beautiful job, and again, let's give them a great hand. Do we have any, I know we have members of this lodge, but are there any officers of this lodge here tonight that have come in?
No, sir.
Okay. I would ask that you members of the advisory board express my thanks to the officers and all the members of this lodge for sponsoring this DeMolay chapter. We certainly appreciate that, and you have such a beautiful lodge. I say that each time that I come here, but it's outstanding, and I always enjoy coming here to functions in this beautiful lodge. And I want to thank the advisors of this chapter for your contribution and your dedication working with this outstanding group of young men. And I want to publicly thank the members of my staff. There's a large number of them here tonight. I'm not going to get into introducing each one of them, but I visited with Dad Gigrich today, and he was informing me about how many are going to visit Oklahoma and participate in the activities there this next weekend. I'm just really excited about that. I think it's great that we're going up there, and hopefully this will be good for Arkansas DeMolay and for Oklahoma DeMolay. I have some real exciting news. I think it's exciting to share with you. I think I have shared with most of you not too long ago that we had a lot of interest in Harrison, Arkansas for a new chapter. And Brother State Master Counselor, I'm glad to inform you that I got all of the applications for letters temporary and the advisor certification, and it's on its way to Kansas City, and so they're ready to order their letters temporary and get a new chapter going up there. So this is something that we really need. It's part of the state that we really need some DeMolay exposure. And as I visited with Dad Kurt Bolton up there, who is spearheading the new chapter, he informed me that they're also interested in Rainbow. And they've been talking with Mom Burleson over at Mountain Home, and the Eastern Star chapter up there is very excited about that. So we may get some new DeMolay and Rainbow in Harrison real soon. That Revelette, is it Rusty? Is that right, Walter? The one that was from Pine Bluff originally? He's living there now, and he joined that lodge, and he's on the advisory board. So there's another senior DeMolay from over Pine Bluff that's now going to have an opportunity to be an advisor. When I went up to visit with the lodge, I ran into him, and I was quite surprised, as he was, to see me there. And he didn't even know they were considering a DeMolay chapter. He just come to affiliate with the lodge that night. He got on the advisory board. The State Master Counselor mentioned DeMolay Week. Mike, I believe we normally assemble out there about 10 o'clock. Isn't that correct, instead of 8?
I got the
Okay. I think it's at 10 o'clock. But I want to join with the State Master Counselor in inviting all of the DeMolays and Rainbows and advisors, and Masons, and Eastern Stars, and the entire Masonic family to be out there with us at 10 o'clock that day. The governor traditionally has signed the proclamation proclaiming DeMolay Week in Arkansas, and this is something that Governor Clinton really wants to do if he can work it into his schedule. As all of us know, he is quite busy running for president, and I do not have confirmation at this time that he will be with us on that date, but they are working to try to have him there. And if he cannot read and sign the proclamation, well, the Lieutenant Governor will do it. Of course, as always, that afternoon, after we visited the governor's office and the young men of DeMolay symbolically take over state government, that morning we will assemble at hopefully the Senate chambers and have a mock session of the legislature. And all of you are invited to come and sit in on that. We always have a number of the senators there that will instruct the young men in the procedure of introducing and passing legislation. And the legislation that the young men proposed and passed there that day will be passed on to the state legislature. So that's always something that we enjoy, and I know the DeMolays enjoy. And as the State Master Counselor told you, the illustrious potentate of Senator Temple, Dad Dennis Ingram, who is a senior DeMolay, is again making the Shrine Temple available to DeMolay and Rainbow for the State Master Counselor and Grand Worthy Advisor Ball. And I hope that all of you will bring some outstanding young people who are prospective members to join us there that night and enjoy the dance and the live band and all the refreshments that they will provide for us, because it will be an outstanding evening. And very important that all of us work right now hard to get prospects and candidates for that class on the morning of the 21st. I can remember when we used to have, in fact, the first one I attended, we had about 60 candidates to be initiated to that class. With that degree down there that day, or both degrees, and it'll be something that all of the Master Masons will want to come and see. Of course, that afternoon, the basketball tournament starts, and that's always a lot of fun. We go to Dad and Hut's church, and it's a good opportunity for us to not only go to church together, but remember a man who has given so much to this order, Dad J.W. Jack Nutt. He served as executive officer here for nearly 30 years and served as Grand Master of our International Supreme Council, a distinguished 33rd degree Mason. So the auditorium in that church where we attend services is named for Dad Jack and Mom Mildred Nutt. So that's always something that we enjoy. That'll be on the 22nd, and then that afternoon we will again resume the basketball tournament. So it's a real fun time, and one that we always enjoy. Again, I'm delighted to see all the people here tonight, and I think some exciting things are happening for Arkansas DeMolay. Richard, I know you're going to have a good turn. If there's anything that I can do for you, well, let me know.
Person visiting Rainbow and DeMolay, please stand and introduce themselves.
You have to.
Heather would love to look at
Melanie would love some Melissa's too.
Paula Delaney's Country Colonel Assembly number 225. Sherry Moon, Country Colonel Assembly number 225. Amy Canal, Grandmother, Susan White, Susan Post number 70. Elaine Lee, Grand Nathan, Stone Post number 79. Donna Ida, Living United. Sandy Taylor, Joe number 64. Roy Dallinger, Grand Charity, Joe number 64. William Gray, Joe number 64.
Andrew Craig, Bill State. Chris Butler, Bill State, City County. Miller, West.
Last call, Fairway, Assessor Five, Brad, number 900. That's right, 900. Katie Brown, Joe number 65. Jesse Green, Pepper, Advisor, Joe number 64. Kate Brooks, Stewart, 64. Mary Brock, Stewart, 64. Carl Landers, John,
Ray Jackson, Cersei Jeff. Justin Howard, Cersei Jeff.
That's right.
I'd like to welcome everybody out to visit with the North Rock DeMolay family this evening. It's certainly a pleasure to see everyone here and to have all the visitors from the various DeMolay chapters. In the past, sometimes we've had installations and we didn't have too many visiting DeMolays, but tonight to see such a wide representation is just great. North Little Rock chapter has just recently gone through a little change in the way we've been doing our business. And we sat down as an advisory council and we said, all right, let's get back on the road. Let's do things like they're supposed to be done, like we used to do. So we took a term out and we said, let's stop everything right where it is. And we found us a master counselor who was a past master counselor, who was an older young man who you'll meet in a few moments. And we took that master counselor and we said, take us through a term and teach us how to be a DeMolay chapter. Let's start over. And that's what we did. And we went from a chapter that was having meetings every Thursday night, and we were having 7, 8, maybe 10 people show up. We'd get up here and we'd do what we could, and the next week we'd have 7 or 8 show up. And it'd be 5 different guys we hadn't seen the week before. And that went on and on. So with our new master counselor coming in, we set out to do things right and have a DeMolay chapter that performs. I'm very glad to say that our average attendance now is probably somewhere in the 15 range for every one of our meetings. And for an advisor, that's a great pleasure to be able to come up here and have a whole room full of guys and be able to work on new projects. Awards was another thing that we decided that we were going to get back on a roll and do here at North Little Rock, because in many cases we earned them and we never presented them. And it was primarily oversight on our part, and primarily the fact that we didn't encourage people to apply for what they were earning. So I've got some awards to present tonight, and if you'll bear with me just a moment, I'd like to ask several of the North Rock DeMolays to join me right out here at the front of the altar. Jared Petrus, little guy, isn't he? He's 15, you know. He's 15 years old, and I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. Okay, mid-30s. As you get older, you shrink. I was your size one time. When I played football. Yeah. Well, thanks, Jared. Randy Crawford. Jonathan Daugherty. Trinity Gustus. Mike Gray. Gene McCoy. Cody McCoy. Louis Dillinger. Matt McCoy. Jay Booty. Yeah, that's Rudy's name. Mike Dixon. And Richard Bunnell. Some of these guys are going, what did I do? Luckily for those of you who don't keep records, I do in many cases. These guys have all earned merit bars, which some of them are actually wearing some tonight. And after this evening's over, next time we have an installation, there will be several to have more on. Merit bars are awarded in various areas of DeMolay for which we have programs. An example would be civic service, which would be working in a charity-type project or doing something for the community. If you've ever traveled out by the Maybelline plant or Interstate 40 towards Memphis, North Little Rock DeMolay sponsors a mile of the expressway there that we keep clean under the Adopt a Mile program. That is a civic service type project. Another example is Masonic service, which is doing various things to help the lodge out, whether it be cleaning or mowing the grass on occasion, helping the Masons in their functions, whatever they ask them, and various others which would take too long to explain, and quite frankly, these guys are ready for the dance. So, I'd like to present Jared Petrus. He has earned a civic service bar at the 2nd level and a Masonic service bar at the 1st level. Randy Crawford, who earned a 1st level Masonic service and a 1st level ritual bar. Jonathan Daugherty, his 1st level ritual bar. Trinity Gustus, a 5th level or gold ritual bar and a blue conclave bar. Mike Drake, a red or 2nd level civic service bar. Gene McCoy. Gene has earned his 5th level gold ritual, his 5th level gold conclave, his 5th level gold merit, his 5th level gold attendance, his 5th level gold scholastics, and his 5th level gold visitation, and probably a big old crown somewhere. But Louis Dellinger has earned his 1st level Masonic service and his 2nd level civic service bar. Brother Matt McCoy. Matt has earned his 1st level athletics, his 5th level attendance in gold, his gold conclave bar, his 4th level fundraising bar, his 5th level gold installing bar, 5th level gold Masonic service bar, his 4th level petitions bar, his 2nd level religion bar, his 5th level gold ritual bar, gold scholastics bar, and gold visitation bar, and a wheelbarrow in which to haul it. Brother Jay Booty has earned his 1st level Masonic service, his 2nd level conclave bar, and his 2nd level civic service bar. Brother Mike Dixon. Brother Mike Dixon has earned his 1st level Masonic service bar. Brother Richard Fennell. Richard has earned his 1st level fundraising, 1st level attendance, 1st level Masonic service, 1st level conclave, and his 2nd level civic service bar. And last but not least, Brother Cody McCoy. Cody has earned his 2nd level merit bar, his 4th level attendance, 4th level scholastics, 3rd level Masonic service, 3rd level petitions, 2nd level Masonic service, 5th level gold visitation, his 4th level civic service, his 5th level gold visitation, another one, that's 2 of those, a gold ritual bar, a white religion bar, a 4th level athletics bar, a 3rd level installing bar, and a 4th level conclave bar. Congratulations to all you guys. If you join me and give them a big round of applause. And that's not all. Brother Jay Booty, and that's really his name. Can you come back up to the front, please? Jay has earned a medal presented by the International Supreme Council that I have right here. Very nice medallion. This is the Founders Award, which is presented to a DeMolay who manages to obtain 5 new members for the chapter. And I'd like to take this opportunity to present Jay with his Founders Award. 5 more will give you your blue honor key. I'd like to ask Gene McCoy, Jared Petrus, and Richard Fennell to join me at the altar. This is great, isn't it? These 3 young men have spent some time in the Order of DeMolay and took the time, I know that's to tell me to hurry up, took the time to fill out a rather lengthy self-evaluation form that the Order of DeMolay has as one of their programs. And the purpose of this self-evaluation is for a young man to realize at the point which he currently is in his life today, what he is doing and where he is going. It asks numerous questions. A lot of it is very thought-provoking. A lot of it requires knowledge of current events, knowledge of what's going on in the religious world, in the civic world, and it takes a young man quite a bit of time to sit down and fill this form out, as well as a large amount of thought to go in behind it. It's a very nice program called the Representative DeMolay. Let me just quickly read the certificate. Be it known that the International Supreme Council of the Order of DeMolay hereby cites Richard Fennell, Jared W. Petrus, and Gene G. McCoy IV for being faithful in the work of the order, for loyally upholding its ideas, and for developing other outstanding qualities of body, mind, and spirit which mark an all-around young man. In recognition thereof, and as evidence of our confidence that he will worthily continue to exemplify the teachings of the order, he has been honored by the title of Representative DeMolay. It's a very special one, and one that is extremely difficult to earn. We're a little bit late in getting this one out. It was earned maybe as long as 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. And through some problems with award management here in the state, not that Atkinson's fault, from the previous management, this award was lost. And on several occasions I had to ask and try to find out where it was, and they said, oh yeah, we've got it, and then it would get shuffled again, and somehow it never made it here. Matt McCoy, would you join me at the altar? I'd like for Matt's grandfather to join us too. Dad Smith. When did you serve as Master Councilman?
3 years ago.
Has it been 3 years? Dad Smith has kept reminding me about this award. When Matt was Master Counselor, Matt did a super job here in the chapter. We had many, many successes, many programs that to this day we've actually carried forward. And Matt spent a lot of time filling out some forms and some evaluations of his term, and was presented with the Past Master Counselor's Meritorious Service Award. This is a really nice award. Stop Matt later, you'll want to look at this. It's really pretty. Dad Smith, I'd like you to present this to him. While you're pinning that on, I'll read the certificate that accompanies this. The International Supreme Council of the Order of DeMolay, in recognition of outstanding service and devotion to the work of the Order, and of the excellent planning, execution, and accomplishment in his term as Master Counselor, all of which materially contributed to the growth and prosperity of his chapter. Be it known that the Past Master Counselor's Meritorious Service Medal has been granted to Matthew D. McCoy. Let all brothers take due notice hereof and pay appropriate honor to one attaining such noble distinction. Master Counselors of NLR DeMolay who are present to join me up here at the meeting. As I was telling you earlier, makes me look pretty thin, huh? I always had him stand next to me when we're smoking. You're a good guy. Don't break the hair. The gentlemen who have joined me up here are all past Master Counselors of North Little Rock Chapter. Earlier I told you about Cody McCoy, who is here now. Cody was the DeMolay who took the time last semester while handling not only a job, but his first year of college and all the things that go along with that, to take time to spend time with us here at North Little Rock DeMolay to get us back on the right track. Cody, you did an exceptional job for us. From a lot of our hearts, we truly appreciate it. We present you with the PMC pen, but you've already got one. So, okay, I'll arrange for a replacement. But I think Cody has a presentation he'd like to make.
Richard Fennell, I can't say that I've worn this for the past 4 months because it's kind of a doubt box. This is the Master Counselor's pen, and we hope that you'll wear it. Let it be on your pajamas or this. There you go.
When I turn you guys just get some ceremony light.
upon which we have placed the mighty bulwarks of our faith, the Holy Bible and the school books. Not far away rests the banner of all the other things. Standing in the centuries are the 7 burning candles, beacons in the darkness, lights to illuminate our pathway as we gather ever onward on the road of life. They are the symbols of all that is good and right with the world. They are the standards on which we, as DeMolay, have pledged to base our lives. The first candle symbolizes the love between parent and child. That love, which existed before we were born, has remained all of life, and will follow us even beyond the grave. The sages name this love alone. Love for no other reason than the sake of being. The second candle is emblematic of reverence for all that is sacred. A young man crossing the threshold of DeMolay first professes a deep and abiding faith in one living and true God. Without this steadfast faith and the grace of our Heavenly Father, our toil will be for nothing. This third candle stands for courtesy. A courtesy that transcends friendships. A courtesy which reaches to the stranger, to the aged, to all men. It is this courtesy which brings a warm feeling and a smile, and makes this life more pleasant for others as it lights the pathway before us. The fourth candle, the candle in the center of our sense, stands symbolically for comradeship. Millions of young men, such as ourselves, have knelt at the symbolic altar and dedicated themselves to the same high principles of good sonship and good citizenship. As long as we remain faithful to these pledges, as long as there is an older DeMolay, we will live. The fifth candle stands simply for fidelity. A DeMolay can never justly be false to his vows, his promises, his friends, his God. He is called upon daily to defend the bulwarks and precepts of God, that he might never fail as a leader or as a man. The sixth candle is emblematic of cleanness. Not only the bodily cleanness, which we all practice, but the cleanness of every thought, word, and deed. Only in cleanness can DeMolay rightly be representative for the pureness of our teachings. The last candle is emblematic of energy. Perhaps we each learn to be called upon to defend our country on the field of battle. But each day affords new opportunities to stand as good and upright citizens in behalf of that we love family, our hallowed land. Yet we live in troubled times, in the war, with the Bible, flag, and school books are in danger of sinking into the waste of doubt and uncertainty. When these 7 glorious precepts do not be considered the most coveted standards upon which to base one's life, when trust and justice and brotherhood be considered the most virtuous of qualities, and if we as DeMolay do not stand unswervingly in defense of the teachings of our order, if we do not seek to perpetuate them in our daily lives, then perhaps these flames, muted in the shadows and darkness, shall inherit the land. Yet each of you, as a DeMolay, holds within your heart the lamp, a beacon to guide you through the darkness. If you can make this light shine upon another, if you can reach into the innermost depths of his soul and set his flame afire, then therein lies the purpose of the order of the Lord. And therein lies your purpose for living.
Now we're all given the flower pot. So then, will the new members please escort my new mother and escort me down to the altar? You've already received it at the end.
Hey, Richard, if you'd ask our two new members just to receive it, whether mom's here or not, they can take their child home too.
Would you guys please just go out there and receive it and take it home?
Jonathan, the switch that says station.
My brothers, you have been permitted to take upon yourselves the name of one of the world's most heroic and knightly figures. Now you can say, I am DeMolay. To be deemed worthy of entering into comradeship with this great army of youth, both here and abroad, who have dedicated themselves to the ideals of Jacques DeMolay, demonstrates our confidence that the fineness of your purposes will guide your development to the highest type of man. To be accepted as a DeMolay is therefore an honor of which any young man may be justly proud. In being received into our ranks, you have been instructed the 7 cardinal virtues of this great order. We hope you have been deeply impressed by the they teach. There is no better foundation on which to build your character and future life than the practice of these virtues. The order of DeMolay teaches many beautiful lessons, but none is more important than honor and true respect for womanhood, and more especially for motherhood. It is fitting, therefore, that you have been called upon to stand again before this altar in a few moments of special emphasis upon the virtue which has been given first place among the jewels adorning the crown of beauty. Give it love. For my purpose now, this altar is dedicated to our mother, whose love. You may rise to positions of great influence in commercial, political, or professional life. but you can never reach the heights of your mother's secret hopes. You may sink into the lowest depths of infamy and degradation, but never feel the reach of her love. The memory of it will always stay with you. There is no man so entirely base, so completely vile, so utterly low, that he does not hold in his heart a shrine, sacred and heart, for the memory of his mother. Were I to draw you a picture of love divine, it would not be that of a stately angel with a form that is full of grace, but of the fire and for one another, the grave into the grave. It was your mother who loved you before you were born, who carried you long months, nursed you from heart, and in the fullness of time took God's hand in yours and passed around the shadows of years of life. It was she who cared for you during the helpless years of infancy and the scarcely less infinity of childhood. She has done the countless, thoughtful, troubling, helpful, things which somehow only mothers seem to know how to do. You may have accepted his intentions more or less as matters of course, perhaps without conscious gratitude or any expression of your appreciation. You are rapidly approaching the time in your life when you will be entirely independent of your mother, and the ties with which dependency has bound you to her will be severed as you grow older, but the tie of mother love will never be broken. Thinking back on the years of your life when you have reached the threshold of manhood, your mother might well say in the words of the poet, "My body fed your body." But birth is a swift thing compared to 1 and 20 years of eating the sweetest tears. I could not make with mind and soul, but my glad hands have kept you whole. Your groping hands bound me to life with whose hands, and all my living became a prayer, while all my days were scared for your young feet that trod behind, that you think you that life can give you pain, which does not stab in me again? Think you that life can give you shame, which does not make my pride go? And you can do no evil thing, which sears not me with poison and sin. Because of all that I have done, remember me in life, O son. Keep that proud body fine and fair. My life is monumental. For my life, make no woman do for my life. Oh, no woman cheat. Consider your woman scorn for that love. The flowers which you see on our altar are symbols of that mother love. The white, the mother who still lives. The red, the mother who still lives to bless your life. The white, for the love of the mother who is gone, and the red, the mother who still lives to bless your life. Far in the dim recesses of her heart, where all is hushed, and still she keeps her shrine. 'Tis here she kneels in prayer, while from above long shafts of light flash. Her heart is far further. Like a candle flame, each prayer takes flame. To bless the world she works on, to be the readiness of the kingdom. We will want each of you to take a flower from this altar. If your mother has passed over to the other shore, you will choose a white flower and keep it always, sacred to her memory. May the sight of it always quicken every tender memory of her, and strengthen you anew in your efforts to be worthy of the hopes and aspirations. If your mother is living, you will choose a red flower. My brothers, will you please take a red or white flower from the altar, which is our recognition of God's best gift to man, his mother's love. I'm trying to get the file from Mom, and allow this thought to pass from me to her. Mom, I have learned a great lesson tonight. The ceremony will help me realize more fully how much you really mean to me. And I'm going to try to show you daily how much I appreciate the sacrifices you have made in love and care you give me. Someday you'll find that very flower I may not wear, perhaps you provide it a prayer book or some other sacred place. A silent witness to what this night has meant to one whose love for you is beyond comprehension. My brothers, we will like and ask for more of you, and that you shall endeavor so to live as to be worthy. Are there any announcements tonight?
Richard? Go ahead, let Joey make
January the 18th, this next Saturday, Real Estate is having a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. We invite and challenge all of you to come out. It's going to be a good, it's going to be real fun. It's going to be $8 a team. We're going to have trophy awards and everything. It'll be real fun. You're not going to Oklahoma. It's going to start around 10 o'clock. So if you can get there that early, let me know. We'll, in the bracket, we'll take what they
For those of you who are visiting, I want you to know that this is the finest that the community of North Little Rock, Jacksonville, and this area have to offer. For those of you who are parents, be proud of what you see. Before you are quality young men who are still young men. They still dress a little strange. They sometimes want to cut their hair oddly. An occasional earring. They play their stereos too loud. They drive their cars too fast. They back talk. They do all of those things that most of the youth of our community do. But let me tell you one thing you can be assured of in looking at this group of young men. They walk on a very fine line. And I call that fine line morality and decency. They know when not to cross. When drugs are presented, when the things that make our society so sickening today come before them, they know not to cross. And yeah, they're going to be loud. They're going to be rebellious in their own way. But it's a controlled rebellion, because somewhere in each one of their hearts, a little flame burns that is DeMolay. And that little flame, as they get older, gets brighter and brighter, and makes them the quality young people that you'll one day associate with, whether it be on a friendship level or at a business level. So I always like to take advantage of having everyone captive for a few moments, having our parents here who live with it daily, who sometimes lose what little temper they can manage to control, but to let you know that be proud, stand tall. Young men that stand before you today are quality members of the society, and you should be very proud of it. Please join me in giving all North Little Rock DeMolays and DeMolays in general a big hand.
All right, thank you everyone getting to bring out.